I've always been the forgetful type. Keys left in the fridge, wallet abandoned on the roof of the car, shoes kicked off in separate counties. My friends
Call it creative chaos. I call it Tuesday. So when my phone vanished last Friday night, I didn't panic. I just assumed I'd misplaced it in the usual spectacular fashion. We were at the Rusty Tap, a dive bar wedged between a pawn shop and a laundromat that smelled perpetually of bleach and regret. My buddy Leo had dragged me out to catch the opening act, some indie trio whose lead singer wore a deer skull like it was Fashion Week. The place was packed, sticky with spilled IPA and the sweat of strangers. I'd been nursing a whiskey, scrolling through memes, when Leo slapped the table. "Dude, they're starting. Put the screen away before you drop it in someone's pint." I laughed, pocketed the phone, and forgot about it for the next hour. The band was loud, the crowd louder. By the time the skull guy screamed his final note, my ears rang and my bladder demanded attention. I stumbled to the bathroom, did my business, washed my hands in a sink that looked like it had seen the end of civilization, and reached for my phone to check the time. Empty pocket. I patted myself down like a TSA agent with trust issues. Front pockets, back pockets, jacket, shirt, nothing. The phone was gone. I retraced my steps. Table, bar, bathroom again, no dice. Leo lent me his ancient flip phone, the kind that still played Snake. "Call it," he said. "Maybe some good Samaritan picked it up." I dialed. One ring, two, then a click. A low, rasping giggle slithered through the speaker. Not human, not even close. It was the sound a throat makes when it's been buried too long and decides to clear itself. The line went dead. I stared at Leo. "Tell me you heard that." "Heard what? Static?" I called again, straight to voicemail. My own voice, cheerful and oblivious, asking me to leave a message. I left the bar at 1:17 a.m., the giggle echoing in my skull like a worm. The walk home was 20 minutes through streets that smelled of rain and fried onions. My apartment was on the third floor of a brick building that leaned slightly, as if listening to secrets. I climbed the stairs, key scraping the lock, and pushed inside. The living room was dark except for the streetlight bleeding through the blinds. I flicked the switch. Nothing. Bulb must have blown out. I kicked off my shoes, tossed my jacket on the couch, and headed to the bedroom. That's when I saw it. My phone, sitting on the nightstand, screen glowing softly like it had been waiting. I froze in the doorway. I had checked that nightstand before leaving, triple-checked. The phone had been dead, battery at 3%, and I'd left it plugged in because I'm paranoid about missing alarms. But the charger was gone. The cord that should have been snaking to the outlet lay coiled on the floor like a dead snake. I picked up the phone. 100% battery. Lock screen, a selfie I'd taken last week, grinning like an idiot at the camera. But my face in the photo looked off. Eyes too wide, mouth stretched in a smile that didn't reach the rest of me. I swiped up. No passcode needed. The home screen loaded, but the apps were wrong. My usual grid, messages, camera, Spotify, was replaced by a single icon, a black circle with a white eye in the center. No label. I tapped it. The screen went dark. Then text appeared, white on black, typewriter font. "Hello, Miles." My name, not my contact name, not owner. Miles. I dropped the phone. It landed face down on the carpet with a soft thud. My heart jackhammered against my ribs. I backed out of the bedroom, slammed the door, and stood in the hallway breathing like I'd run a marathon. Get a grip. Someone's pranking you. Leo? No, he was with me all night. The bartender? Unlikely. I grabbed a kitchen knife. Ridiculous, but it felt better than empty hands. And crept back. The phone was still on the floor, but now the screen faced up. The eye icon pulsed gently like a heartbeat. I picked it up with the tip of the knife. The text was gone. In its place, my camera roll, but not my photos. Hundreds of images I'd never taken. Me asleep in bed, mouth open, drool on the pillow. Me brushing my teeth, eyes red-shot. Me staring at the ceiling at 3:07 a.m., wide awake, while something pale hovered just out of frame. I scrolled. The timestamps went back months, years. The earliest photo, me at age 12 standing in my childhood bedroom staring at the closet door. The closet door was open. Something stood inside, tall and thin, face lost in shadow. My hand shook so badly I nearly dropped the phone again. I opened the messaging app. One thread, no contact name, just a string of numbers. 000-000-000. The last message, sent 3 minutes ago. You left me at the bar. I typed with trembling thumbs. Who is this? 3 dots. Then, I've been here the whole time. The bedroom light flickered on by itself. Not the overhead, the lamp on the dresser. Its bulb had been dead for weeks. I'd meant to replace it. Now it glowed a sickly yellow, casting long shadows that stretched like fingers. I backed into the living room. The front door was still locked, chain in place, windows shut. No one could have gotten in, but the air felt wrong, heavy like breathing soup. And there was a smell, wet earth and copper pennies. My phone buzzed. A video call from 000-000-000. I shouldn't have answered. But the alternative was standing in the dark with whatever was in my bedroom. I swiped accept. The screen filled with static, then a face, my face. But the eyes were black pits, and the mouth hung open too wide, revealing teeth that went on and on. It smiled. Miles. It rasped, using my own voice, but wrong, like a tape played backward. You forgot me. I screamed and threw the phone. It hit the wall, screen cracking, but the call kept going. The voice poured from the speaker, wet and hungry. You waited on the nightstand. You walked right past me. I ran to the door, fumbled the chain, yanked it open. The hallway was empty, fluorescent lights buzzing. I took the stairs 2 at a time, burst into the street. It was 2:43 a.m. No cars, no people, just the rain starting, soft and steady. I didn't have my keys, didn't have my wallet, just the clothes on my back and the certainty that something was behind me. I walked, aimlessly, past the laundromat, the pawn shop, the 24-hour diner with the flickering sign. I ended up at Leo's place, pounding on his door until he answered in boxers and confusion. Dude, it's 3 in the morning. My apartment is haunted. Something is in my phone. He stared, then sighed. You're drunk. I'm not. Look, just let me crash on your couch. I'll explain. He let me in. I told him everything. The giggle, the photos, the video. He listened, face cycling through skepticism, concern, and finally fear when I showed him my cracked phone. The screen was spiderwebbed, but the eye icon still pulsed. Leo grabbed his laptop. Let's factory reset it, wipe the whole thing. We tried. The phone wouldn't turn off, wouldn't reset. The battery icon stayed at 100% even when we removed the case and pried at the back. Leo's hand shook. "This isn't possible," he whispered. The phone buzzed again. A new message. "You can't leave me with him." Leo's face went white. That's my address." We both looked at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Slow, deliberate, like someone testing the wood. Leo lived alone. His roommate had moved out months ago. Another knock. Then my phone spoke, using my voice. "Let me in, Leo. It's Miles. I'm cold." Leo backed away. "That's not you." I grabbed a baseball bat from his closet. We stood frozen as the knocking continued, rhythmic, patient, then silence. My phone screen lit up, a live feed. The camera was pointed at Leo's door from the inside, but we were both in the living room. No one else was here. The doorknob turned, slowly. The chain held. Then the chain snapped, links flying like shrapnel. The door swung open. Nothing stood there, just the empty hallway, rain hissing on the pavement outside. But my phone showed something else. On the screen, a figure stepped into the apartment, tall, thin, skin like wet paper. It turned to the camera and smiled with my face. The real world went dark. Lights out. Laptop dead. Leo's screen cut short. When the power surged back, I was alone. Leo was gone. The bat lay on the floor, splattered with something dark. My phone sat on the coffee table, screen intact. A new message. "Your turn to wait." I ran again, into the rain, into the night. I haven't stopped. I sleep in motels, pay cash, use burner phones. But every night at 1:17 a.m., my old phone finds me. It appears on the nightstand, fully charged, eye icon pulsing. Sometimes it shows me Leo. He's still at his apartment, waiting. His eyes are black now, his smile too wide. Last night, it showed me something new. A live feed of this motel room. The camera panning slowly across the peeling wallpaper, the stained carpet, the bed where I pretend to sleep. It stopped on the nightstand. The phone is already here. I'm typing this on a library computer. The story ends in 10 minutes when they close. I don't know where I'll go next, but I know what's waiting. If you find a phone on your nightstand, fully charged, with an eye that watches, don't answer the call. It's not a prank. It's been home the whole time.